3, 2, and 1.
We're live.
Again. Here. Again. It's fucking cold in here today, though.
It's very cold.
I was actually thinking, oh, no, the music's about to play. Obviously, I start saying something as soon as the music starts playing. It's not like we do this every fucking week. And it's not like I set up the thing to play the music. So, you know, I would maybe remember.
You would like to think that by now you would know.
Be a bit more professional. But what I was actually thinking on the way over is I walked past like that radio station on Vicky Road, right?
Yeah.
So there's a radio station set up on Vicky Road, and I was like, do you think we would... I mean, I've already fucked up for what I'm about to say because of the words that I've already said. But I was like, do you think we would ever be able to actually do like a radio-friendly episode of this?
You'd have to stop swearing.
That's my problem, is I've already said fuck like 3 times.
I think we could do it.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know, because like, I feel like it would just slip out without me realising that I've said it.
Yeah, but that's the Scottish way, isn't it? We use fuck as a comma. Like, it's just how it is.
It's like, you know, we want to try and, you know, branch out and get our own radio show for anybody who's listening, you know.
Barely anyone listens to this. Right? They listen to a fucking radio show.
But at least we get to play tunes, man. People are like, aye, cool, fair enough. That guy's actually pretty decent, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm a podcaster. I'm a radio DJ.
Yeah, man, you can put that on the job
I'm a
apps.
disc jockey.
Oh, ew.
Ew.
Hello, welcome. This is episode 90.
The big 90.
Big 90.
Hey.
Fucking creeping up to that big 100.
God damn.
Which is crazy. We are going to have to actually like do something for the 100 though.
Stop.
Well.
Nah, we'll have a shindig. We'll invite our friend.
Our one singular friend.
Our one singular
Fuck,
friend.
dude, we've already exhausted the roster. We've already had 2 people on.
We have no more friends.
That's the
God
thing.
damn
It's
it.
like, anyway, sorry. Hello, welcome. This is Dead End Friends, a podcast with 2 dudes who don't know anything, but we still talk about everything. You can find us on social media at Dead End Friends Podcast. We are coming to you from the wonderful place that is Scope Spaces. You can also find them on the socials. Just look up Scope Spaces, check them out if you need any of your socials to look as gorgeous as ours do.
Exactly.
Because ours look fucking tip-top shape. And
They
it's
made
all
us
down in
look
this place.
professional and we didn't really do much.
No, we show up.
We're here.
We show up and put lights on and we're like, yep, cool. We know what we're doing now.
Right.
I was going to say something again. I did that
Come
thing
on,
again.
you can do it.
Right, aye. I actually often forget that we've had people on this pod because we had them both on like 1 week after the next.
Did we?
Yeah, did.
That seems like bad marketing.
Yeah, did.
It's a PR nightmare.
So we had our buddy Sam on, and then the following week we had Blanca on.
Did we?
Yeah, it did.
How did we fuck that up?
I don't know. It was just like the only 2 weeks that we could actually like have.
Oh, I
the
forget
two
we're
of
not
them.
famous and actually have real jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I'm going wrong. God damn it.
Because maybe we had to do it in Sammy's house because Sammy had a hernia, like couldn't leave the house.
Got hit by a milk truck. Got hit by a fucking milk truck. That's the story. I'm sticking to
I
it.
still don't understand that story that you told, which is very much like the fucking story that you tried to tell us. So if you
It
listen,
wasn't even a story.
it was you rambling. So if you listened or watched last week's episode, we were talking about the fact that we were going to Amsterdam at the weekend. So Amsterdam has now since been and gone. Yes, I am now 30 as well. Okay. So we went to Amsterdam. We had a fucking great time. But you know,
Wait, how'd you say that?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Get fucked, dude. I can't say it any other way. It's the
Like
only way
you're
I'm going to say
being,
it.
what's the word? Xenophobic.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't like Xena. I love Princess Xena. I love
Who
that show.
doesn't? Who doesn't?
That was a great show.
It was an awakening.
What was I fucking saying? So when
We were in Amsterdam.
So when we were in Amsterdam, we did the Amsterdam things and we went to a coffee shop. And we did the usual thing. We bought some weed, smoked too much of it. And while we were sitting in the coffee shop, Gary Gary decided to tell us the kind of like trip that he was having while on it, but the way he explained it still doesn't make sense even after he told us when he was sober.
So right. Let me try and do this whilst we're sober. Okay. So, I was explaining it as when you're smoking, you're tripping, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to the peak of the trip,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is where I was going,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on my way. Right. So if you think of it as a mountain, because a peak, you know, mountains have peaks, right?
I understand.
Perfect sense.
I understand the visualization.
So that's where you go. If you were to take a photo there, people would like whatever. But if you were to go a little bit higher, where it looked a little bit cooler, and you took another photo, everyone would like it because they knew that you were up higher. You're like, oh, that's so much cool. Like so much cooler than like what is down there. So in my mind, I'm like cruising, having a great time, climbing that mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to the stop where I should have stopped, the peak, and then I smoked more on the journey to get the good Instagram story.
That is where you fucking lose me, dude.
No, but right. Listen. Fucking listen. You get to the peak, right? And that's where everyone takes their photos.
Yeah.
Put that on the story. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Not me.
Right?
But if you just cared about your followers and went up just one more little bit,
Right.
you'd have got a better Instagram story. People would think you're cool.
That's where you're fucking losing me, right? Listen.
Why?
No, listen. Let me say the words. Peak is the top of the mountain. Where are you fucking going higher?
That's another wee bit. There's another wee bit. Everyone thinks they're at the peak and then they look deep inside themselves and they see another little bit that they could climb on. Because the peak would be where the trig point would be, like if you're doing a Monroe. You know, like the bit you touch and you put a stone on. Like a wee trig point.
Right?
But there's always a bit behind it that is like higher up. You could definitely take a photo from up there. That was my thinking. I've climbed more mountains than you, bro. Like,
yeah, you definitely have, man.
I know what I'm talking about.
Right, but
that makes perfect fucking sense.
okay, but listen. For anybody who's listening or watching, and I'm already know you're lying if you tell me you followed what he just said, right? But imagine trying to listen to that after you have smoked half a joint. Because
we were so fucked after such a small amount.
We have the smallest tolerance for weed known to man.
Unreal, really.
Like we walked into the place that we went into, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm all
We didn't
ready."
even spend €10. Like that's how much weed we bought. We almost spent more money on the stuff to make the joint than we did like the actual grass.
Yeah, but I will say, see the guys in that shop. They were the nicest fucking people.
Oh, those were the dudes
ever come across.
If you're ever in Amsterdam, hit up Rookie's coffee shop. And like Rookie by name, Rookie by nature. Like, they seen us coming.
They were so fucking helpful, man.
They were lovely.
Like that one guy that kept like he was the guy that served us there. He kept coming over to like the table and stuff, just making sure we were all right.
Yeah,
he was so fucking pleasant, and it made it such a nice experience.
I do remember him lingering for a minute, like when I had too much. Because I smoked, I know myself. 2 draws, done. I had more, trying to reach that Instagram story. And like, as I took the last like puff of it, I felt it coming on and I was like, oh no. Oh no. But Shanna and Emma were there and they had got a brownie.
Yeah.
And obviously they were going to be sober for the next hour and a half before it kicked in.
That was the thing that like I didn't understand, right? So I was sitting grinding it and I was rolling it up and they had the brownie sitting in front of them. And we were just saying to them, I was like, just start eating that.
I wire in.
Because by the time we have like rolled and smoked this, you won't be hitting or feeling anything for at least an hour. But they were just sitting there waiting for us.
I think they just wanted to laugh at us.
We'll just do it together. But even still, if they had walked into the coffee shop an hour before we did and ate the brownie and then we met them an hour later, we still would have been high as shit before they even felt anything.
Yeah.
Like, we just like there's a I think you actually put it up on like the Instagram like the other day, but it's actually just a picture that one of them took. It's just the two of us just looking at each other.
That's either me telling you about the peak of the Instagram story, or it's me trying to not freak out by telling you that the song that I thought was playing was Just a Friend by Biz Markie. And how it definitely wasn't, but the beat started the same. Probably didn't. But I was just like, this is the only thing that I am able to do. Because I was just like, I just remember like looking out the door for a wee while and I was like, oh no.
And then we just like, after we like sat for a bit, and then the girls had the brownie, and then they were definitely like getting a bit of second hand, because I mean the people around us were smoking like the strongest. Well, that's the other thing. Strain.
Like if me and you had just smoked what we had smoked on our own, fine.
Yeah.
The fact that you're in a room that is literally filled with people smoking weed, fucked me. That definitely didn't help. You know,
that second hand high kicked in.
Jesus.
So we were just sitting there for a bit, just kind of like not really saying anything, and then eventually it was like, right, will we make a move? And we walked around Amsterdam for like an hour and a half.
I straight up don't remember any of it. I remember Shanna stopped to get churros and Emma wanted a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And then for whatever reason, you had to go into the pizza shop. And I remember freaking out that I was left on my own. So I stood outside the churro shop, like my hands in my pockets, just like looking at Shanna. I had my fucking like elf bar in my pocket, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just keep ripping through this because it kind of makes me feel normal. Oh me, man, like genuinely, I think that weed is not for me.
No.
Edibles.
Good
time.
Yeah.
Gesundheit. Thank you. I will have that again. But
smoking weed.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Every time I smoked weed, I've not had a good time.
Well,
I get to the one point, I'm like, yes, perfect. But when I do it on my own, I'm like, I fucked it. I fucked it.
Because there was one time we smoked together.
Yeah.
And like, you were alright that night because you kept talking and I didn't have to.
Yeah.
And it was delightful.
Do you know what I've noticed, right? When I do smoke, I'll often have a fizzy drink with me, something sugary, just in case I have a bad gin. And when I smoke and then I take a drink, it's like the bubbles get stuck in my throat. So I'm like constantly trying to make myself burp, and I'm like, I feel like I'm getting higher every time I do this. This is so fucking dumb.
You
like,
just giving yourself
have I got
head
like
rush?
a bit of like smoke vapor trapped in like a bubble from a Coca-Cola? My brain went to weird and wonderful places that night.
Yeah. The rest of us were just proper like coasting.
Did I tell you I thought I shat myself? Did I tell you this?
You have, but please tell me again.
Oh man. So I got back to the hotel, brushed my teeth, put my skincare on. Really fucking proud of that, by the way.
Did not forget the skincare.
So
like,
proud of that.
So
I probably
good, man.
used so much of the tub. I probably did it like 3 or 4 times. I went to bed wet. I was heavily moisturized. But when I was doing it, I was just like, oh, there's a weird smell. I probably just farted and like didn't know.
Didn't notice.
But the bad smell stuck with me.
Right.
And it was getting worse and worse and worse. I was standing there in my t-shirt and my boxers. And I was like, my boxers feel warm. They feel filled. I got like dump cake, you know, like. So like I was standing in front of the toilet, I was just wiping my ass, like standing up. And like, obviously every time I looked at the paper, it's clean. But I didn't trust it. So I sat down. Like trying to force out this imaginary shit. And I looked at my boxers and I was like, oh, they're clean. What's wrong with me? So like I did a wee pee-pee and then just got to bed and just put my head in the pillow and that was me, done. Shanna was watching Graham Norton reruns. On Comedy Central fuck knows how long ago. And then she had like a bag of crisps and a bag of sweeties and she was just like, munching away. Yeah, 1 for 1 almost. And every now and then my head was just like coming off the pillow. I was like, is that the guy for Downton Abbey? It's like fucking Hugh Bonneville. That was the worst time of my life. It's a good story, but I had to experience it firsthand. Like, I want you all to remember that when you listen to this story, that I lived that experience, and to laugh at me makes you bullies and me a victim. I'll sue you all.
I will be the bully in this situation for sure. Oh my god! I mean, we definitely had completely different nights. Like that's
fucking right, we did, man.
So mind blowing to me, man. It's just like we walked around. We did literally nothing. We walked around for an hour and a half, and the only eventful thing that happened in there is the girls got something to eat.
I made a good joke that everyone said it was a bad joke.
It wasn't good, man.
It's a good joke. The club was called Rare in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's rare in Amsterdam. Like, you don't get it in Amsterdam very often. Bruh, come on, give me something.
How many fucking people have told that joke, though?
But how many were as fucked as me? Probably quite a lot.
All of
everyone.
them.
It was a good joke, and you weren't with those other people. You were with me. Laugh because I'm your best friend. Just give me that. Just give me the satisfaction. That's all I want.
Yeah, it absolutely blows my mind, like how fucking different our nights were. Just cutting about, and then we got back to the hotel. We just kind of went our own separate ways. And then
I don't remember saying goodnight to you. I don't remember actually walking up the steps too.
I remember walking up the steps because Emma appeared hit the giggles.
I remember Emma laughing actually. No, that's coming back to me now. I remember Emma laughing and her just saying, "Just your fucking face, man."
Because I think that was just when it started hitting them, was when we got back to the hotel.
Aye, because Shanna was pretty fucked as we were walking round.
Aye. And but Shanna had more than Emma because Emma knows her limits. Like, she knows. And Emma has also never been high before.
Nice.
She's only ever, like, drank. So that was the first time she's ever, like... So she didn't go overboard. She didn't go mental. So she had, like, a bit of that brownie. And then we got back into the room. Like, she was pissing herself at nothing. So I also did what you did, and I went for a wee shite. And, like...
Well, I tried to go for a shite. Didn't need one.
You got a ghost one, I got a real one.
Nice.
And then... But every so often, I would just, like, kind of poke my head out the door to make sure that she was, like... She was all right. And just every time I did it, she was fucking pissing herself with laughter. Which made me laugh, so we were just in fucking bits. And we
couldn't hear you at all. We might have. I was fucking
just like
dead to the world.
You were not paying attention. You're too busy putting your face cream on for the 7th time. And then, like, finally got into the bed and we were just like chilling out. And our TV wasn't working, so I had to play like still game on my phone because we were just like putting something on Netflix, and it was like the only thing that we were like, let's sit and watch that. And I just remember like we were both just sitting there like completely fucking zonked. And because I've only ever seen Emma like steaming before, it was just like an event for me just every so often. So we were both doing the same, like we were just pure munching shit. And I just turned around and her eyes were just fucking demon red, man.
Red as a devil's dick.
Like, I'm not even sure if she was actually watching the phone at any point. She was just like totally fucking zonked out. And I was like, actually, this is delightful. But I will say, we bought some like, we went into a wee supermarket before we went back to the hotel. Don't know if you remember being in that shop.
I vaguely remember you just being like, man, it's so fucking obvious, isn't it? Because I thought you were laughing at me, and then I realised we were all fucked. You probably weren't laughing at me, it's fine. It is what it is.
Definitely weren't laughing at you. So we went into the shop, got like a bar of that fucking Tony's chocolate stuff.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, I've had a couple of Tony's in my lifetime, right? Had one in Amsterdam. We were there a couple of years ago. Buy some of the wee bars, and they do them in Sainsbury's in Glasgow, so I've bought some in there. But I will say that one hit so good compared to every other one I've ever had.
Well, this is like the story that I was telling you before when I smoked in the house for the first time after like God knows how many years.
Yeah.
And I had little mini dimes, and I chewed one, and it went soft and chewy in my mouth. I've been chasing it ever since. I genuinely think I swallowed it and I was chewing my tongue. Like that's it's the only explanation I have. I was like fucking loving it. Like, but no, I think it was actually just my own flesh. It was
a delight, man.
The next day was good when we had a wee...
Next day was much better.
I had a little nug of that space cake. I had literally the smallest bite of all time.
Yeah.
And I felt fucking amazing.
We were just cruising. Because like me, you, and Emma all took like a wee kind of like... a wee chunk.
Oh, Shanna wolfed hers down.
And then Shanna gubbed like the rest of what was left.
She's nuts.
So we were all just like chilling. We like walked around for a bit. We were trying to find this like sick little fucking marketplace that we didn't actually manage to find. And then we're like, right, it's pissing down, we're fucking soaked through, let's just jump into the nearest pub.
Which was so good.
The pub was fucking sick. That was such a nice little pub we went into. Went into the pub, got a couple of beers, and then all four of us like simultaneously hit it at the same point. Because all of a sudden we all just went, ooh, silence. Just took over all four of us. And then I just remember all Shanna could do was focus on that big fucking slab of apple pie.
Man, the dude just kept like slicing it up and put it in front of her, and I could just see her like. So she caved. She got some.
She got some. It was like the biggest fucking slice of apple pie I have ever seen. That thing was layered out the wazoo. Because I don't know if this is like a reaction to me having weed, but I had to go for a shit. So I went. So the toilets were down the stairs.
Yeah, you did disappear for a while.
So was it a while?
It could have been a while. It could have been 2 minutes. It could have been 20. I have no idea, man. No idea. No concept of time for that entire weekend.
So I walked down the stairs to go into the toilet because it was like down in the fucking cellar. And
Started to do a delivery shift when you were down there.
I think I was like, here, do you mind washing the dishes for us? But I went down and I couldn't actually see where the door was because it was actually really, really dark for like where the guy's toilet was. And the way it was kind of like, it was at like a funny angle to get into the toilet. So I just kind of like walked into the wall.
Perfect.
Like full blown NPC moment. Like walked into the wall, and the door was here, and all I heard was a guy behind me going, "It's to your right, pal."
In a broad Glasgow accent. That's fucking nuts, man.
No, he was obviously fucking Dutch. Clearly Dutch, but I'm not going to try and do an accent.
Flopen dopen. It's a to the right. That's probably Swedish. I've offended so many people. Sorry to all our Swedish listeners.
Aye, all of the nun.
All of the nuns.
I did eventually manage to get into the bathroom. Panda shite. It was delightful. Came back up the stairs. Managed to get one tiny wee forkful of that pie. And then it was just demolished like 4 seconds later.
I got scraping as well. I didn't get that much. I got like a bit of crust.
Yeah, I did.
Got a bit of the pie. What was it? Shanna just fucking housed it.
And then it was just the same again after that, man. We just fucking walked around.
Yeah, we did.
But it was fucking like, aside from the fact that we lost like 4 or 5 hours over those 2 days.
Yeah.
It was excellent, man.
It's a cool city, isn't it?
It was such a good time. Like,
yeah.
Managed to go. We saw some really cool like museums and shit. And that one that we went to was like the Moko.
The Moko.
That one was fucking so
yeah, that
cool.
That was really fucking cool, man. That was one of my favorite things that we actually did. Like the amount of stuff that they had there was mind blowing, really. Like,
yeah, insane. Like, I wasn't expecting, like, because we had seen it, or like I think it was Emma and Shanna had seen it, like, on Instagram or something. But all we'd seen was like the kind of like the visual art stuff, like all the light shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, we'll go with that. Like, that'll be cool. But like the actual like art gallery part of it was fucking wild. So there was
so cool.
There was Keith Haring stuff there. There was Basquiat stuff
there. Yeah.
Banksy stuff.
Banksy, a Warhol. Damien Hirst.
Damien Hirst,
Cause. Yeah. The bit downstairs, I had the like. I can't even think of the word. It was almost like collage art by the guy called the Kid.
Yeah.
Or the person, the Kid. I have no idea who they are. But it was so sick.
That was incredible. Those pieces were. You see the one that was like on the stairs, like the giant one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was mind blowing. Like, I could have spent a lot of time in there, but I know that Emma gets so bored just looking at things.
Shanna's the same. Cunt's got a fucking degree in fine art. I'm like, how do you not want to stand here for longer?
The attention span of a puppy.
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas I could just stand in front of something for ages and just be like, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, because you start like picking up on different things. Like, that was one thing I never really understood about like art, like growing up, because I didn't give a shit about art when I was like younger. Like, anytime we went to art galleries, I was like, this is fucking boring, dude.
Yep.
But like going to one now, like, I don't know, like you could just sit and fucking get lost in certain pieces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you start picking up like different brush strokes, and if they're using like different types of paints and different like materials and stuff, and it's like, I think that's the thing that I never really understood. It's just like, oh, it's just a couple of faces put on a canvas. Right?
Yeah. But you try it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But then you actually start like kind of drilling into like the materials and stuff that they use when you're looking at it. You're like, that's actually fucking incredible. Like how somebody's brain works that way.
I have moments where I think my brain could do it. Mm-hmm. And then other moments where I go, nah, you don't have that in you. Like, you just couldn't make that happen.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like, maybe if you just kind of did it.
Yeah, I think it's just having like it's like having the space for it to just be like, I'm just going to throw something up and just like,
see what happens.
Don't really care what happens.
It's I guess that's the entire thing we are, isn't it? It's all subjective.
It's like that guy that we both follow on Instagram is Terry Urban.
Oh yeah,
like his stuff is fucking incredible.
I love Terry Urban. His stuff is so cool. I like his entire vibe.
Yeah,
He's a guy I'd hang out with. You see the one that he did a wee while ago where he was just like in the back garden of someone's house and they were all like hanging out. Like I think it was only a couple of guys, but like he was just painting away and everyone was just chatting. And I was like, that's dope. Because
his is very like collagey. Like he'll do like different styles of art. On
and often he'll like paint one thing and then just paint over it away. And I'm like, what? That was nice.
But that is like a pure trust in the process shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I've started something here. I don't necessarily like it, but I can make something of it. I can do something else.
Yeah, it blows my mind, man. And I am kind of gutted we didn't do the Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fucking hella expensive, but...
Oh, was it? I didn't even look.
Oh, yeah, it was like €20 each. Like, it was nuts.
My lord.
But, you know, it would have been good.
It would have been cool to see.
We gotta go back now.
Oh, no. Just boys trip.
Maybe in the summertime when it is warm.
It fucking rained.
It rained so much. The rain woke me up on the Saturday morning.
I remember
That's how heavy it was.
It was like, but we were just like so gung ho. We're like, fuck it, we'll just go out in it.
We had no other choice.
Yeah, so
really.
Saturday, like torrential the entire day, and we were still just like cutting about. We got back to the hotel at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
and they had like an open fire and like the reception bit, and we just sat next to it. Like every so often, somebody would like change their jacket over and dry their jacket off on the fire.
We had to. I forgot I got a skelf that day as well.
Oh yeah,
man,
dude.
That was fucking massive.
It was
so sore. I was still a little. I was not completely sober. I don't think I was like groggy as fuck that morning. And as I was walking down the steps, I was just like, "Oi, what's that?" I looked. I was like, "That's a massive bit of wood." Tried to like pick it out with my finger and just broke it off. And I was like, "Fuck." Now what? And I went to the front desk and they thankfully had tweezers. But the worst tweezers of all time.
You're not saying there was like a gap at like the tip of the tweezers?
Yeah, it like fucking went out the way. I was like, what's the point in these?
How was that tweezers?
How does that help anyone? I guess it's probably not for picking things out. It's maybe for like doing like stitches.
Is that what tweezers? I have one reason for tweezers skills. It's the only time I've ever used tweezers in my entire life.
I use them to pick hairs out my hands because
that's so fucked.
That's my life.
That's so fucked. I mean, like, I can't say, I don't even know if I own tweezers. My mom and dad had tweezers, and you know, I got a lot of scalps as a kid because I used to climb trees all the time.
Yeah, I like climbing a tree.
That's one thing you lose with becoming an adult is you don't get as many scalps.
Like, I start climbing more trees. Start climbing trees. Should have made that a thing.
I would, but like, I'm so overweight, man.
Yeah, I think I'd struggle pulling myself up, but you know, we could make it a thing. Start an Instagram account.
Imagine that's how we get buff. Like, oh man, I'm like, last time I saw you, man, you were pure overweight. Look at you, like you're fucking, you're fit, you're shredded.
We've been doing. Share your secrets.
What's the secret, man? You're like, oh, I just drink iron brew and climb trees.
I've reverted back to my pre-teens.
Actually, one thing I have done recently, and I think I've done this by mistake, but it's been like really nice that I've done it. I've managed to like stop drinking Go Juice, like energy drinks.
Really?
I didn't realize how bad it was. I was having like one a day.
Yeah, I have like one a day when I'm at work.
It's so bad.
I have like a couple of days off. I don't drink them, and then I go back to work. See, I've got a client with a Monster, and he drops shit off of me all the time. I'm like, not only is it Go Juice, it's free. It's free Go Juice. So I kind of got it. Like, he's booked in next week. Yo.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about it, just like, you know, the kind of the 30 number is hitting a little bit when I'm just like, I probably should think about having a better diet because my diet fucking sucks. It's so bad. So I was just like, maybe that can be like the first thing that I try and like drill out because like that shit is not good for you. Because like
it's good enough for Joe Rogan. It's good enough for you. Joe Rogan fucking loves him.
Really, but Joe Rogan is also probably, other than that, very healthy.
He eats a lot of elk and jalapenos.
Why do you know so much about Joe Rogan, dude?
I just do.
You just love GRE.
GRE?
GRE? I can't even say it. Jerry. You love Jerry.
Who?
Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, right.
Fuck's sake, dude!
I was like, what? What are you talking about? Nah, he interests me. I've never watched his podcast. I think he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, big time.
But I'm intrigued by him.
So, like, some of his podcasts are good because it depends on like the person he has on. Like,
if he has someone that's like a pure yes man, then I'm just like,
yeah.
I
always forget the guy's name, but there's the guy who's like the professor in like ancient Egyptians and stuff. Oh, I can't remember his name, but his episodes are so fucking interesting because he's just a really interesting guy.
That sounds cool.
So he's the guy that's really pushing this, like, you know, like the ancient civilization shit.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
he's really pushing the, like, that is a very fucking real thing. Like, trying to make it, like, try to push it more into, like people actually know about it, pushing a wee bit more into the mainstream and stuff.
I'm just going to type into the old Google.
I'll try, like, if you can't find it, I will try and find his name.
Joe Rogan.
But that guy is heavy fucking interesting, man.
Egyptian episode.
Yeah. He talks a lot about, like, ancient civilizations and stuff, and his shit is...
I mean, those are cool. Like the Sumerians and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. His episodes are really...
Graham Hancock.
He's
got a thing on Netflix.
Oh, really?
I think it's called, like, Ancient Civilizations or something.
Right, okay.
It's fucking so good. I fell asleep during one episode. That's not a reflection on the show. I was just really drunk. I was really drunk. I was like, I will watch this. Out like a light. Like a light.
His like some of his interviews and stuff, and like I think he's done 2 episodes on Joe Rogan's things.
Nice.
And they're really good.
The thing on I watched one episode and I fell asleep during the other one, but it's like he tries to like there's only like 7,000 years worth of like human history or whatever, but we've been around for longer, you know? And he's just trying to like uncover just how long we've been around.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
So interesting, man. Just
makes me so scared that I'm going to die one day.
And not know.
Yeah, not know that, but like it does make me just worry that I'm going to die. It's bad vibes. But that's life, innit? That's life.
Yeah. But, you know, you just like look around and just think, I was alive at the same time as like Kevin Nash.
That's pretty dope.
Like, that's sick.
I did think you were going to say Kevin Spacey for a minute, and I was like, no.
Who?
Whomst? Yeah. Let's not get bummed out. I don't want to bum out.
One thing, not to bum out. Have you seen the trailer for that Beau is Scared film? Or Beau is Afraid?
Oh, the new fucking what's his face? Ari Aster.
Ari Aster film. It's an A24 film
with what's his chops? Big fucking Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Just have a normal name, man.
Have you watched the trailer for that film?
No, but it does look nuts.
Man, it looks
I saw the poster and I can kind of guess the concept, but I'm going to watch the trailer tonight.
I don't understand the concept whatsoever because it is fucking batshit. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I have like a bit of a theory that it's maybe like a film about a guy who has dementia.
I thought it was like someone that had what do you call it, like split personality,
right? Okay,
or whatever.
Aye,
that'd be kind of cool.
Looks
cool, but you know what I mean.
It looks very fucking like trippy and kind of like the trailer is very hard to follow. Like I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Oh well, I'll watch that and I'll look forward to it, I guess.
Yeah, and like the visuals and stuff look incredible because there's like certain parts in it where it's like he's in like a pure wee dreamland and stuff, but then like a lot of it's rooted in like reality. But then so that's the thing that I'm like he's like I don't know, could be dementia, could be split personality, but
because this is like his next film after Midsummer. Ari Aster.
Oh yeah. Because he did Hereditary as well, right?
Yeah, he did that too.
So he does some creepy ass shit.
Yeah, the guy's fucking talked. It was so weird. The guy's head must be full of nonsense, man. Like, it really must be like so full of nonsense.
But I think that'll be good, man. That's like I don't really get particularly stoked on films much nowadays, but that one I saw it and I was like, that actually looks fucking hella good.
Yeah, no, I'll watch that. I think I wouldn't watch a high. That would be a bad time. Can you imagine watching fucking Hereditary or Midsummer like cooked?
It needs to be something that has like heart. I've found, like watching.
But when you're baked,
huh?
When you're baked,
yeah, something that like you get invested in,
like Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
That's one that I do want to like smoke and watch, or have an edible and watch, whatever. Like,
so good, man.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good time.
There's a lot of films like that. Iron Giant.
That would make me cry.
Oh, it makes me cry. Sober, not sober.
Yeah, I've not seen it since I was a kid, and I remember bawling my eyes out.
Oh, so just like, you stay, I go. Vin Diesel's like best performance of his life. Superman. I fucking love that film, dude. But yeah, that's also a good one to watch. I mean, yeah, you do need to be prepared for a couple of little tears. But I cry at fucking anything nowadays. Like, yeah. Luna and Emma were watching a film earlier today. There was like this bullshit film with like Jennifer Garner in it, and like,
what year is this?
Wednesday Addams. I can't remember the girl's actual name.
Christina Ricci?
No, the new one.
Jenna Ortega.
And it was like a made for Netflix like family film.
Right.
And it was like the very end of the film, and I caught the last like 10 minutes. And I was crying.
Weeping.
I was crying like a fucking bitch just trying to eat my fucking fried chicken.
You make fried chicken again?
I did make fried chicken again.
Bro. Am I gonna have to stage an intervention for using fried chicken?
But the thing is one, it's so easy to make in the air fryer, and two, there's so many different ways you can make it, and they're all different. So I made like a honey chili one tonight.
That sounds dope.
And it was fucking phenomenal. So I made like, that's fucking bored as shit. But yeah, like I have found that I cry so much watching films that are just pointless. Like, I don't know why I was crying at it. I was just, Her was in it. You know the singer Her? Her.
No.
You don't know who Her is?
Who's she?
Her.
Who her? No, I have no idea who that is.
Anyway, she was in it singing a tune like at like this concert that they were at, and I was just like weeping. Like, this is delightful. I will try and find you a video because Her did a performance and she did an Elton John song in front of Elton John.
Bruh. And
Elton John loves it, man. He's going mental, like watching it. Like, I've never seen somebody get so gassed at their own tune.
My favourite moment of that is watching AFI play, I think it's either Love Song or Pictures of You. Is it? In front of Robert Smith, though.
Right, okay.
Robert Smith's there, and like, you can tell he's happy, but he's too goth to admit it, so he's just like...
just kind of bobbing. I'll try and find you that video, man, but yeah. I'd cry any old fucking
big
film.
old cry fest.
It's just bullshit. Right. Would you like to do the
Yeah, because I'm real cold. Really want a glass of wine, so...
Have you got wine at home?
Yeah.
Nice.
I bought a bottle last night, and I was watching the Rangers game, and I was like, well, I'm only going to have a glass. And I was watching the Rangers game, and I was like, well, I need more than a glass, because... we are fucking shite. Anyway, dead end jumps. So I really was not prepared for this at all tonight.
We never really are.
But sometimes I have moments where I'm like, I'm going to put this, and this on. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, you've only put 4 on.
Worst pattern.
Yeah, it's just for me and you. That's fine. So yeah, I was really not prepared in the slightest. So I was just flicking through. First song I put on was E. coli, The Alchemist, featuring L Sweatshirt.
Yes, sir.
Dope. Heard it on an Instagram reel earlier on, and I was like, that's going on for sure.
So this is from that new Alchemist joint, right?
Yes. It's good.
So good.
Just
so
fucking
good.
Great.
The song that Bronson's on from that, it's like the third song in or something, is fucking excellent.
This is actually the only song I've heard from it.
Oh,
just this one song, I just know I love this.
Well worth listening to the whole thing, man.
You know I will listen to it, but I've just not had a minute.
In 2025.
Yeah, whatever, when it's not cool anymore. I'll be like, yo, you ever heard this? I found this the other week. Next song I put on is Cotton Fields by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Banger.
Fair enough, man.
Man, I go months without hearing this song. Mm-hmm. I'll hear it one time, stuck in my head for a decade. Like, it's so good. I just love it. I
don't really know any Creedence songs.
Yeah, Fortunate Son.
I would need you to sing some. What's their most popular song?
Fortunate Son. No, they got Have You Ever Seen the Rain? I wanna know. Have you ever seen the rain?
Oh, is that Creedence?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Bad
that
Moon
song.
Rising. I see bad moon rise. Why can't I remember any of the words to Fortunate Son? I'm looking at it. I'm just like, can't think of any words. Proud Mary?
Nah, Proud Mary's.
Don't Start. He wrote it. Tina Turner covered it. I left a good job in the city, working for a man
I think
every
I know
night
the song.
and day. Yeah, banger.
That's fucking wild, dude. So
And
what
then
you're saying
Cottonfields.
is...
Cottonfields is actually quite a big song, I think.
Right, okay.
When I was a little bitty, my mama would rock me in the cradle. In them old cotton fields back home. Banger. I love it.
Dude.
They're just one of those bands that have always been around, and I've always listened to them.
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard their music, usually on the radio with my dad's listening to Clyde too. And I'm just like,
Nice.
cool, whatever. But it's on there now because it's a banger. The next song is called The Medium by Tori and Moi and Unknown Mortal Orchestra. It's the first song off their newest album, or the last album, Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a fucking psychedelic instrumental fucking freak out song. It is nuts. I absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Toru and Wa will have like real like dancey electronica moments, and he'll have like cool hip hop R&B songs, and then all of a sudden he's just like, want some fuzz? Cool. And I just think that they are truly one of the coolest artists.
Yeah, for sure.
This was one of my albums of last year, for sure. Like it is just like the song "The Loop" that's on there is just banging. Like
Yeah.
Magazine, banging. I think it's one with like the Post or the Postman or whatever it is. Like it was the third one of the singles.
Mhm.
I listened to it once or twice, but on the album it makes sense and it's good. Like banging,
Nice.
banging. Next song I put on is "Be Here Now" by Basement, off of the album Beside Myself. No real reason. I just really like the chorus. There's like, they have like really good harmonies in the chorus.
Yeah.
I just like that about them, like, because this was like a really rock forward album. Like, obviously they are a quote unquote rock band.
Yeah.
But like everything else was like, let's be cool and grungy and emo and blah blah blah. This is just like, nope, guitar. Nice, nice. They did the job.
I don't think I've actually listened to anything basement wise after like that 3-track they brought out. You know, they brought out a 3-track that had like, I think it had Jet on it, and then it had like like
We
a
speak
cover.
about this previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer's Colors, the other song on it, and then they did a cover of like a 90s like pop song essentially.
Promise Everything? No. What is it
No.
called?
It's like a black cover with like an eye on it or something.
Oh, Further Sky.
That's it.
Yeah, I've never listened to that.
Like that, those 3 tracks are fucking excellent, dude. What's the cover that's on it?
The Summer's Color, Jet, and then it's called Animal Nitrate.
Animal Nitrate. Yeah, yeah.
No idea what that is.
You will have heard Animal Nitrate. It's one of those songs that's been in every film from like the early 2000s. I'm telling you, will have
Sick.
heard that song.
So yeah, I just put that on because it's a banger. And then I was really struggling for the last one. I was like flicking through all my daily mixes. I fucking saved every song to the playlist. So I just had to go deep, and I went to the Bronx. 4th
Nice.
of July. It was off their Dead Tracks Volume 2, which was just like covers that they did.
Nice.
They did like a cover of Los Angeles by X. They did like a fucking Charlie Manson cover. Like,
What?
yeah, Peace in Your Heart. It's nuts. It's dynamite.
What the fuck?
But the song is 4th of July is by Dave Alvin. And like, I thought it was like a pure country song, but like I listened to the original and it's kind of like got country vibes, but like it's more like a kind of spread out proggy pop song.
Right, okay.
But I really fucking like it.
Yeah.
Like Matt Cawthron doesn't have the best singing voice, but it's why I love his singing voice so much, because who gives a fuck? He's punk, you know, like he just does what he wants. So I put 4th of July on just because it is a wee banger. Like,
Nice.
It's nice. Nice.
Nice, thank you. So, first song I put on is a song called Warg, but it's like W-A-R-G all in capitals by Lowest Creature.
Obviously.
So they brought out like a 3-track while we were in Amsterdam, and I downloaded it on my phone to listen to it on the plane. And before we took off, before the wheels had even left the runway, my headphones died. And I was heartbroken.
I had my headphones on. I was kind of looking over you. I was like, wonder why he's not got his fucking headphones on. Wasn't until we landed that I found that.
Oh, it was just like, because it does this wee thing where it just kind of goes, recharge headset. And then it just goes, and that's me. Like, I'm fucking done for it. And I had to sit there for an hour because Emma was reading her book. I just sat there for an hour.
Playing Mahjong. I saw you.
Playing Mahjong and what was the other one? Wordscapes, whatever it's called.
I was really enjoying playing my wee Wordscape game, right? And then, like, Shanna kept chiming in with words and you kept chiming in with words. I was like, so let me play my fucking game.
I will be honest, that pure pisses me off, but I pure can't help myself when I see somebody else playing it.
I was like, I'm trying to better myself. Fuck off.
This song is a fucking ripper, man. Like, Lost Creature, like a crossover band from like fucking Sweden or some shit. Just
obviously
Nordic somewhere, and it's just a fucking ripper, man. And apparently they've got like a full length coming out at some point this year, so I am fucking very excited. This is like a band that me and Blanket pure bond over because we're both just fucking desperate for them to like come close to this country at one point on tour. Because I would fucking love to see them live. Because it's like, I always say like, they are a very fitting like, not replacement, but like obviously we're not going to get any new Power Trip. I don't think Power Trip are going to do anything without Riley.
Yeah, maybe not.
So this is a very nice like they're not like they are a lot like Power Trip, but they're obviously like their own entity and like their own way. So it's just a nice like not getting any more Power Trip, but we've got fucking Lost Creature.
Nice.
Let's do it. And the next song I put on is by a band called Rabbit. It's called Pigpen, and you're gonna fucking hate it.
Aww.
Simple as that. That's all I really need to say. It's chaotic, it's very loud, and I fuck with it very much. The next song I put on is a song called Trunk by a group called 99 Neighbours. So I guess the best way to kind of describe 99 Neighbours would be like they're not unlike Brockhampton. So
okay.
It's like a collective of dudes that like a lot of them can sing, a lot of them can rap.
So 99 of them.
No. I think there's like 6 or 7. But they're quite like Brockhampton in that way where like their styles, like they all have their own individual styles and bring them all together. So the album is very different when you listen to an album back to front. And it's like this song Trunk is just it's a hop, skip and banger. Next song I put on is called Nothing I Can Do Is Wrong by Mike.
Nice.
So this is off of Mike's most recent album that just came out. I think it just came out like the tail end of last year. And I've had it on quite a lot actually. It's like, it's very subtle. Nice. And he actually hits this really nice like hook because he's a hip hop guy, he's a rapper, but he hits this like really nice hook where he is just singing like Nothing I Can Do Is Wrong. I'm just like, that's fucking class.
Nice.
And then the last song I put on is Breathing In a New Mentality by Under Oath.
Oh, well, I can do that.
Because fucking slapper, dude.
Fucking slapper.
See the fucking drums at the start of that song, dude? Bah, 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 bah. See, just like
the drums on all of that album are nuts.
Yeah.
It's just so heavy.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Aaron Gillespie. Is that Aaron Gillespie? That's
I'm sure
that was the one he did before he left for a while. Because then it was Daniel Davison that did.
Daniel Davison's,
He did Illuminator. Is that the album? Disambiguation. Illuminator is on it.
And
then he came back and they did that dog shit album.
Yeah.
And then they did their new album that came out like last year. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I was really gutted about the album that they did before.
It was just
because of that song On My Teeth is fucking fire. It's so good.
I mean, the drum roll at the start is too long.
Oh, absolutely. But
entirely too fucking
then
long.
The rest of the album was Linkin Park, which is not bad, but it's not what I wanted.
The last album they did, I will say, is fucking excellent. Like,
yeah,
I really, really like that album. But I just love the way the drums come in that song because it's the first thing you hear, but they're like right at the back of the microphone.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So then it's like when the song finally kicks in, you're just like just a fucking wall of noise. Bop, bop, bop.
Nice.
Very cool band. I love that shit.
The coolest. Anyway, in episode 90, we're gonna get some warmth in us. Thank you very much for listening to this fucking dumpster fire of a podcast that it is at times. I can't believe there were nearly 100 episodes though.
I know, it's actually nuts, man.
We have to plan a little shindig for y'all. So
we're nearly 100. We're nearly at 2 years of doing it because we started in March of
Nuts.
2021. So
Insanity.
we do this for us. We don't do it for you. Okay.
But
we do appreciate
never
it.
forget that.
We do appreciate you tuning in because this is a radio. We do appreciate you tapping on a button so you can listen to us. We are inside of Scope Spaces. Go check them out. We are Dead End Friends Podcast. We love you very much.
Love you. And I love you.
I love you. Have a good day.